Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Andy McGraw. This is my YouTube podcast. Am I drunk? The answer to that question is no, I'm not drunk. I don't need to be drunk because I always act like this. Very, very annoying. It's just my personality. I'm not going to change, so I might as well, get some YouTube views out of it, right? All right, so first thing I'm going to point out, that horrible stubble on my chin and my upper lip. Yes, that is me trying to grow a beard. I'm not necessarily trying to grow a beard. I'm just not shaving. So I don't know if that makes a difference, but it's Movember, right? It's cold. I'm not going to shave. Not that not shaving really warms me up at all, but whatever. Yeah, so anyway, that's where I'm at right now with my facial condition. Second of all, I am in my car. I'm also at home. Some of us don't have the privilege of having a car and a home that are separate, if you know what I mean. Some of us live in our car. There's nothing wrong with living in your car. The propane, costs a lot, also known as gasoline. You never have to jump your house. Sometimes you do have to jump your car, especially if you live in your car. I found that out. If it's cold and you live in your car, you generally have to jump it every once in a while, like every night, because anyway, it's a long story. Come on, people, have a little respect. Anyway, today we are going to talk about something that's bogus and bullshit. The Mandela effect. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Yes? Okay, let me explain real quick what the Mandela effect is. It's called collective mass ignorance, or collective mass, oh man, I forgot what it's called. Collective false memory. Yes, collective false memory is exactly what it's called. I have researched this, people. All right, I know it sounds like I don't know what I'm talking about, but I have researched it. Okay, so, oh yes, I am holding the camera with one hand. That's why you can't see both my hands moving. If I had a tripod, you could see both my hands moving. But I'm homeless, people. You think I can afford a tripod? No. Okay, that's better. Okay. Anyway, the Mandela effect. Back to the Mandela effect. What's going on with the Mandela effect? A lot of people, not us, not my generation, because we have no idea who Nelson Mandela is, but a lot of people remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison. Let's see. Does this look better with the light on? Makes no difference. Okay, never mind. All right. A lot of people remember Nelson Mandela passing away in prison. Okay, well, he didn't pass away in prison. He passed away like in 2013, I want to say, maybe 14, maybe 12, somewhere in there, though. I remember him passing away, and he was out of prison. So most people, if you told them that, though, they'd be like, well, he already died. And I think that's when it started really taking hold in people's minds, that there was this effect of everybody remembering one fact and it not being true. Okay, another classic one that they always bring out is the Berenstain Bears. Is it Berenstein or Berenstain? Well, it's actually Berenstain, which is wrong and weird. There's no reason why it should be called Berenstain Bears, but whatever. It's spelled Brenst. Everybody's agreed up to that point, and then a lot of people remember, including myself, that it was spelled EIN, and when in the fact it's spelled AIN. Okay, weird. Time for the what's that music? I said not Twilight. Come on, people, help me. The Twilight Zone. Yes, the Twilight Zone. All right. Some people wipe their noses on their sleeve. All right. It happens. Don't judge. Anyway, what's up with the Mandela effect? A lot of people say, hey, it's a weird effect. It proves that we are living in an alternate universes, several parallel universes or realities that switch between one another, and we might be coasting along on this universe, reality, parallel, whatever, and Curious George has a tail, but next day we switch over and he doesn't. All right, Curious George doesn't have a tail. He never had a tail. If anybody's a halfway fan of Curious George, they know that. All right, but whatever. And people say, one day there's a Jiffy peanut butter, and the next day it's Jif, J-I-F. Some other people think that it's a glitch in our computer simulation. We're all living in a computer simulation, and it's glitching up and causing these weird extravagancies. Nelson Mandela's dead one day, the next day he isn't. Here's a obscure Mandela effect that I'm just gonna mention. I have no idea. I don't really know about it. I know who Sinbad is. Sinbad the comedian. He's a black guy. I guess mostly black people know who he is. Turns out he didn't act in a movie called Shazam, I think. Maybe I should redo my research, but whatever. I saw a video where people were reacting to these Mandela effects, and they were like, no way! Like freaking out. The black people were, like the 2 or 3 black people, and everybody else was like, what is this? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. So anyway, that's just an obscure one I don't really understand. So anyway, the fact is, the Mandela effect is just people spazzing out. We live in America. We don't pay attention. And we think it's one thing, and it's kind of a lazy thing we got going in our head. And we all tend to, believe one thing, and then the next day we realize, oh, okay, they didn't say mirror, mirror on the wall in the movie. They actually said magic mirror on the wall, okay? Stuff like that. Most of the Mandela effect stuff that I've noticed was pretty obvious that it was bullshit. Some of it was freaky, to be honest. I guess the song We Are the Champions does not end with the words of the world. Okay? The live version does, though. So that's where I'm a little freaky, trying to figure out. Anyway, I want you to not subscribe yet. We're not to the subscribe part yet, okay? Chill. All right, you can subscribe. All right. Just take a moment to subscribe. I want you to comment below on what you think of the Mandela effect, and give me some suggestions as to something I could discuss in a later podcast, because we're not going to stop. This is a lot of fun, all right? All right, cuties. We're going to see you later. I am not drunk, I promise. I don't even look drunk right now, but sometimes I do. The other day I got pulled over. It was like 11 o'clock. I'm homeless, so I live in my car. Cop pulls me over. I don't really want to tell him that I'm homeless and I live in my car. So I kind of lied at first. Told him I was on my way to my parents' house. Figured out that cops ask questions. Okay. Lots and lots of questions. And he found out my whole life story. He knows more about me than my parents know. That's true fact, actually. Anyway, there was 2 cops. One of them was actually from Missouri. I'm from Missouri. I'm from Irondale, Missouri. He actually is probably driven right past my house. It's kind of freaky. Shout out to Officer McDougal, or whatever your name was. The other officer, I'm not going to say he was a jackass. He was kind of whatever. And he was convinced I was high on weed. I do lawns for my day job, and we had been chopping up leaves, blowing leaves, for fall cleanups, and my eyes were all bloodshot from the, dust and stuff. And he was convinced that I was high, smoking marijuana or whatever. And I told him, I'm not smoking marijuana. He's like, let me tell you, sir, there's 2 things that we look for. First of all, we look for bloodshot eyes. And let me explain to you that your eyes are bloodshot right now. And the second thing that we look for slurring in the speech. And your speech is slurred. And I'm like, I don't know what to do, man. I'm not smoking weed. I don't know what to say. I'm like, I always talk like this. I don't know what to say. So I wasn't even talking like somebody high on weed. I promise. I've been, anyway. He asked me if I'd ever smoked weed before in my life. I'm like, what do I say? Yeah, but I don't really want to explain that to you. I haven't even talked to my dad about that. Whatever. Anyway, so I'm not drunk. That's my whole point there. Anyway, yeah, I'm just getting started, but it's fun. It's fun. Follow me at Andrew McGraw 14 and Twitter. I don't have Facebook because I'm a douchebag. Anyway, subscribe. Yeah, there we are. You can subscribe now. Give me suggestions. Don't tell me to shave. I know I need to shave. Whatever. But give me suggestions. Send me some money so I can afford a car. I mean, a home. Or a decent meal. Anyway, I love y'all. I really do.